The AZA got involved with the Florida Reef Tract Rescue Project back in 2018 when state and federal agencies reached out to them for help with stony coral tissue loss disease. Stony coral tissue loss disease is a disease process in the Florida Reef Tract, which was first described in 2014 off Miami-Dade County. The purpose of the Florida Reef Tract Rescue Project, which was created when the AZA got involved, is to prevent localized extinction for the most vulnerable species, to preserve as much genetic diversity as possible for the over 20 priority species, and to restore the reef with offspring of sexually propagated broodstock. In March of 2019, the first corals began arriving in the holding facilities. There are over 20 holding facilities from Florida to as far away as Nebraska, and a support system of other AZA and academic institutions. There are also a few holding facilities that are non-AZA institutions.
In February of 2020, we received our Florida Reef Tract Rescue Project coral. We were really excited and hopeful for what the future had to bring for us and what we could do for these coral. And then the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and we had to shutter our doors 1 month later. This was a really hard time for Butterfly Pavilion, an invertebrate zoo in Westminster, Colorado, and other zoos and aquariums across the country. Most of us get our revenue from our guests walking through the door and the education that we provide to those guests. With our doors shuttered, it became really difficult and we weren't sure what the future would hold. Thankfully, we had amazing community partners and people in the hobby and industry who are willing to help us out. Feeding these animals and caring for these animals couldn't be furloughed, couldn't be laid off. They had to be cared for throughout our closure. And for 3 months, our doors were shuttered. Thankfully, the Save Your Aquarium program and many others in the community helped us provide food for our animals and provide support for our institution as we made it through these tough times. Zoos and aquariums and the hobby are two sides of the same coin. We all care for our animals and we want the best for them. And having the hobby be so willing to support us through these times made it possible to do the work that we're doing and care for these corals here. At Butterfly Pavilion, this is one of the few places you can see the Florida Reef Tract corals on exhibit and the only place in Colorado you can come visit them. And we highly recommend you do. They're one-of-a-kind animals that you may not be able to get to see in a zoo or aquarium in your lifetime. Here we only have 19 corals, one of the lower institutions. That being said, it just goes to show you that even a little bit can help. This small gene bank is a huge component to protecting the Florida Reef Tract corals. And even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it's having a huge impact. Just like you can have a huge impact by helping us through the Save Your Aquarium program.
Our AZA Florida Reef Tract Rescue Project holders very much appreciate the Save Your Aquarium campaign by Piscine Energetics. So many have felt the economic effects of COVID-19 pandemic, including zoos and aquariums. As you can imagine, fish can't be furloughed and corals can't be laid off. So throughout the pandemic, the dedication to our animals can't waver. The truth is many facilities nationwide and worldwide are feeling the crunch with their doors being closed or fewer guests coming to visit. The Save Your Aquarium campaign provides an opportunity for home aquarists like yourselves to support these wonderful facilities. And giving a little can mean a lot. So while you all at home are feeding your fish, you can help to feed ours.